Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction to RWBY. It is season 7, episode 2. And as always, if you want to see the reaction itself, just go down into my descriptions, follow the links, replace the parentheses dot parts with real dots, and enjoy. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear out my thoughts about this episode. So, see you soon. To those that came back, welcome back. Now, let's see. As I already mentioned in the end of the year reaction, that went a lot smoother than expected. I mean, I was kind of waiting for, I don't know, angry shoutings and anything like that. But no, it was pretty smooth. And that is a little bit of a problem, I think. Because everyone is kind of hiding what they are feeling. And sometimes they are hiding informations, and that might be a real big problem. Because from this scene here, we had possibly Ironwood telling everything. We don't know. Maybe he's hiding stuff as well. But he was pretty open. He informed them that a lot of people know about Salem by now and about the relics and everything. He informed them about his plans, what he wants to do, so to establish worldwide communication again and telling everyone. So he was pretty open, and he even gave back the relic to them, which is a major step. We know how important those are, how powerful those are. So that is possibly an open book play he did here. So he was possibly honest. On the other hand, our group did exactly what they told Ozpin they blamed him for. I mean, they blamed Ozpin for hiding truth. They blamed him for not always telling them everything. Always a little bit of lying and conspiring, having a conspiracy going on. Working too much in the shadows, stuff like that, right? That was what they were angry about in the last season. And now, they're doing the same thing. They are not open. They don't tell Ironwood about why Ozpin did disappear. They don't tell Ironwood the truth about the fact that the relic has one more question, which is a major thing. Sure, I know why they do it, right? But you could argue it was the same reasons why Ozpin did it all the time. Who can you really trust? And confronted with a power like a question that you get answered every question, I don't know if you wouldn't go for it. So I'm not really happy about it. I mean, I'm happy for season wise, right? It brings in stuff that's happening, but I don't think it is a clever decision. I think that will be a problem, because when Ironwood somewhere in the future realizes that they lied to him, he will question this alliance. He will question if he can trust them. And using words from the past, place doubts in their mind. Just saying, right? So we will see where this is leading. We had in the beginning, there were so many play on words. So we had the Robin Hill and the Happy Huntresses, which is, in my opinion, pretty clearly a play on Robin Hood and the Happy Dozen or Few. I don't know what the exact wording was. The Robin of Locksley, Robin Hood, the story, which is kind of a fairy tale somehow. And RWBY always used stuff like that, the series. So I see where this is going. We had the Ace Ops as elite of the elite, the best. And I instantly thought about, we are the elite of the elite, we are the best. With a signature or whatever it was, right? Man in Black 1, the scene, who are you? Just awesome. That was instantly in my mind, and I was grinning, and I was like, oh no. Are they really making that joke? I'm not sure. Maybe they are, maybe they are not. Might be a coincidence. And then we finally met Ironwood and Winter for the first time in this season. So Ironwood does not look as tired as it seemed in the pictures and short video parts that have been in the series so far. But yeah, clearly he has made a hard decision, and he, as he said, he's willing to take the blame and the fact that he's not very liked right now due to it. Um, if all that he says is true, if so, then he is making a bold move, and I think the right move, because I really don't like this whole shadow and secrecy thing. But there are different approaches to this thing, to the whole theme. Winter, well, okay, she is less drawn back than in the past. She was much colder, if I remember. There were short moments of warmth and of intimacy with her sister, but those were only when they were alone, not outside. So this was kind of okay. The reaction to her was more open than anything before in the open. So being angry at her and then being embraced and kind of melting. I'm a little bit sad that there was no short moment between her and Crow, because we had that in the past, and it was like the introduction of her and of Crow, that they are like, there was this feeling if there is something happening between these two, but not shown again. Kind of hope for that. And Penny is there as well. So Winter, Penny, and the Aces know about the Maidens, about Salem, about Ozpin possibly as well. So that is nice because it gives you the option to have more allies, but it is dangerous because you never know if they are really good at hiding stuff like that. Now for the plan of Ironwood. So making the Colosseum into a floating tower, I really like that idea, because in many regards, the Grim cannot attack it so easily. Every ground-based Grim is not able to reach it. So that's already a big one. There are many flying Grims, as we've seen by now, but still, it is a major benefit for defense. Put up some weapons there, automatic guns and stuff like that, and some troops, and you're very good at defending it. Additionally, he wants to shoot it into orbit to make it like a satellite. Now, I remember that in the background information that we got, it was mentioned that space flight is not working because every propulsion they are using is made with dust, and dust does only work within the atmosphere, so not outside of it, which means possibly that they made some propulsion system without dust by now. Otherwise, it will not work. Or they are trying to build a really, really big slingshot. I have no clue. So, waiting for that if there's a solution for this problem. If so, yes, it would be very likely outside of the reach of the Grim, because even the flying Grim cannot go into space as far as we know. Opening up about what's going on to all the world, telling them about Salem, about the relics, about what that means. I don't know if they know about that. I mean, we only know there's Salem, the evil one, and the relics are needed to be defended. Okay, so that's it. I don't know if Ironwood knows about the whole background story with the two gods, with the two brothers of light and darkness, and the Day of Judgment. I don't know about that. I think not. So he's not in with everything, and the question is, if he would be, would he still tell it, the story? I don't know. In general, I like playing with open cards more than hiding stuff, so we will see where this is going. Weapon upgrades are coming in. I have no clue where we're going with that, because from what I've seen so far, the weapons are already pretty powerful, right? And I don't dig like rocket launching swords or stuff like that. They're already pretty good, and the fighting style of all the characters is based on their weapons, so I hope they are not going too big, because I really don't like, as example, Liao Ren seeing his little daggers dagger-like weapons with small guns in it, replaced by big bolter-like cannons and axes. That's just not fitting, right? It's not about being powerful. So if they stick to the weapon kind, to the style of the weapon and the grace of the weapon of each character, I'm fine. And the upgrades can just be stuff like, a little bit more piercing or stuff like that. I really don't need it. Sure, they want to make new outfits, I guess, new weapon looks. Why not? I mean, the graphics improved over the seasons. So, that's what he got. And we will see if we like it or not. There was this moment when Ironwood was embracing Crow. I'm not sure about that moment. It felt for a second there as though Ironwood was talking to him, like he was whispering something in his ear. That might still be. The reaction of Crow, however, looked more like he was surprised by being embraced and then kind of liked it. Because if it would be an embrace, it is a very open and warm moment, which is strange. And the third option I see is that he put a tracker on him. I mean, why not, right? It's like, oh, Crow, good to have you here. Tracker on, bye. I mean, he's in mental, so why not? And last but not least, we have Dr. Watts and Tyrion back in the game. So, I was waiting for Watts in the last season already, and he didn't pop up. And I was kind of surprised, because it felt like he should be somewhere around. But now we know where he is. He's in mental. And he mentioned himself that he helped programming a lot of the codes that Mental is using. So Mental and Atlas kind of being high tech, we have already seen the benefits of that, but we have also seen the problems of it. And if I remember correctly, in season 2, I think it was 2 or 3, I'm not sure, I have to check again. There was this little problem with all the bots of Atlas that just turned around against the hunters and huntresses and everyone defending, because they were taken over by the virus that was put into the system. And Salem at this time, or Cinda I think it was, already mentioned it was all done due to the help of a clever little friend. I guess she meant the virus that was very likely, by what we know now, programmed by Watts. So he had a backdoor access. They did not change codes yet. And from what Watts says, that's very typical that they don't. I mean, Ironwood knows that his system was hacked. I kind of expect that there is some kind of IT security that is checking how it was done and tries to block those backdoors, and doesn't seem to be, because that would be a major problem for the whole kingdom. If Watts has this kind of access still, as we've seen in the city, right? He has, at least there, in civil areas. That is incredibly powerful and dangerous. He could take out a big chunk of the army instantly if he wanted to. And those that are still not fully automatic, not only ship stuff, right? People just with guns. Even those he could put a lot of blocks against by putting up walls automatically, by activating systems against the troops. So that is a major thing there, and I don't know if Atlas is prepared for it. We will see. And well, Tyrion is himself, he already killed someone, whysoever. So we will see where this is going. Very good episode, I liked it. As I said, I expected more of aggressive behavior towards each other. But it's good to see that they all tried to work together. I'm just on the edge, because I think it will fall back against us that they did not tell the whole truth to Ironwood. I think that will be a problem in the future. That's it for me this time. Until the next time, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.